was folded on the dashboard, coffee shaking in the cup. You said, don't ask where this is going, just keep your eyes up. Morning mist along the water, tires humming soft and low. Every mile felt like forgiveness on that wild river road. We had nothing left to prove then, nothing left to hide. Just two hearts learning how to move with the current, not against the tide. Down that wild river road, where the world don't ask your name. Every turn felt wide open, every fear went up in flames. If we were lost, it didn't matter, we were exactly where we'd go. Yeah, we found ourselves in motion on that wild river road. Your laughter cut through the silence like sunlight through the trees. I remember thinking, this is it, this is how love breathes. But time don't travel like a promise, it bends and overflows, leaves you standing on the shoreline of that wild river road. I tried to hold what was moving, like water in my hands. Down that wild river road, with the past falling behind. Every dream ran fast and fearless, every hope uncaged in time. If loving you was reckless, it was the truest thing I know. Yeah, my heart still hears the current of that wild river road. Maybe love was never meant to settle, maybe it was meant to run. Teach us how to trust the motion till the long night's done. Down that wild river road, even now I feel it pour. Every memory still moving, every silence beautiful. If there's a place where we were honest, where we let the moment flow, I'll meet you there in every mile of that wild river road. Never raised our voices in the dark, never slammed the door goodbye. Just learned to live with unanswered sparks and reasons we couldn't justify. Your touch lingered like a secret, every look said more than words. Love don't always come in lightning, Sometimes it's the way it burns. I felt the change before it showed. Felt the distance start to grow. We weren't falling apart tonight. We were burning slow. Yeah, we were burning slow, like a fire without a sound. Every flame stayed close to the ground, never dare to burn us down. If love's a match you hold too long before you let it go, then this goodbye was written softly. We were burning slow. Your name stayed gentle on my tongue, even when the truth cut deep. We learned how to smile through the quiet, learned what not to keep. I watched the warmth leave the room, felt the cold move in its place. Some endings don't arrive with drama, they just slowly lose their flame. I tried to save what still had heat, but heat don't always stay. Yeah, we were burning slow, holding on past what was right. Every moment glowing weaker, every kiss losing light. If hearts can fade without a sound, without a final blow, and this was love in its last breath. We were burning slow. Maybe love was never meant to explode. Maybe it was meant to fade, leave behind a gentle scar, and the lessons that it gave. Yeah, we were burning slow, and I still feel it now. Every memory warm and dangerous, every vow breaking down. If I ever doubt what we were, or how deeply it could go, I just remember how it ended. Not in fire, but burning slow.
We packed our faith in cardboard boxes, left the answers by the door. Every plan we swore was solid felt lighter than before. The road ahead was wide and restless, the past stuck to our shoes. We were chasing something nameless, made of dust and dreams and you. I thought love would be the anchor, keep our feet on solid ground. But every step toward tomorrow was another letting down. We were built on dust and dreams, hope stitched thin but burning bright. Every fall felt like a lesson, every star a borrowed light. If I'm honest with the truth now, we were stronger than it seems, trying to make forever out of dust and dreams. Your laughter faded down the hallway like a song I couldn't save. Every promise bent a little, every brave face learned to cave. I still see you in the places where we almost broke through. Some things never really leave you, they just change the way they move. I stopped blaming all the wrong turns, started seeing what they mean. We were built on dust and dreams, fragile faith and open hand. Every scar became a story, every loss a different plan. If loving you was reckless, then it's still my truth it seems. I'd risk it all again for dust and dreams. Maybe love was never meant to last forever. Maybe it was meant to show the way, teach us how to walk through broken weather and still believe in brighter days. We were built on dust and dreams, and I wouldn't change a thing. Every tear still holds a memory, every goodbye learns to sing. If there's beauty in the trying, then I've seen what that means. I found my heart somewhere between the dust and dreams. We stood on opposite sides of the silence, words burning holes in the air. Every look was a loaded question, every breath said you still cared. Your shadow danced on the wall behind you like it knew what we couldn't say. Love don't always end in ashes, sometimes it just fades this way. I felt the spark before the goodbye, felt the truth before the lie. We were standing in the moment, right before the last light died. We didn't fall, we didn't fight, we just faded into fire. Slow goodbye in candlelight, smoking unfulfilled desire. If love's a flame that learns to change, then this was ours for sure. Yeah, we didn't break, we burned our way and faded into fire. I still taste your name in the whiskey, still hear you in passing songs. Every memory keeps its distance, but it never stays gone. You said maybe we were timing, not the ending we deserved. I said maybe love was honest, even when it finally hurts. I tried to hold what was already gone, like heat without a spark. We didn't fall, we didn't fight, we just faded into fire. Held each other through the night, knowing dawn my way and faded into fire. Maybe someday this will hurt less, maybe it'll hurt just right. Some loves don't end in darkness, they end in light. We didn't fall, we didn't fight, we just faded into fire. Left our truth in fading light. Nothing false and nothing higher. If you ever feel that quiet heat when the world feels tired, just know that once we burned so real and faded into fire.
I built these walls one promise at a time. Said I was fine, said I was strong. Every crack I covered with a smile. Every truth I buried deep and long. You knocked like you believed in me, like love was something I could own. Watch your hope turn into silence, standing there with a heart of stone. I was scared of letting daylight in, scared of what it might reveal. Some men learn how to survive, but forget how to feel. I had a heart of stone when you needed flesh and bone. I held my ground, I wouldn't bend. Now I'm standing here alone. If love was reaching out your hand, I let it slip and roll. Yeah, I paid the price for standing still with a heart of stone. Your name still echoes in the hallway, long after you moved on. I tell myself I had my reasons. Reasons don't keep you warm. I see your face in passing windows, hear your voice in tired songs. Every step I took to save myself was a step that proved me wrong. I learned too late what you were giving when I was just trying to cope. I had a heart of stone when you were offering your soul. I chose the dark, I chose control. Now I'm paying every toll. If love was fire in the cold, I let it die on its own. Yeah, I'm living with the aftermath of a heart of stone. If I could turn back just one moment, I'd drop these walls and let you in. Some regrets don't ask for mercy, they just sit beneath your skin. I had a heart of stone, but it's breaking here tonight.
Every tear is proof I'm human, every ache a bit of light. If there's still a chance you hear this now, know I finally know what it costs to love too late, with a heart of stone. Dashboard lights like borrowed stars, your name still glowing in my mind. City streets are breathing slowly, like they know I'm running time. Last words hang in the rear view, fading with the neon signs. Every mile pulls me deeper into what we left behind. I said I'd be fine by morning, but the night had other plans. Some goodbyes don't need an ending, they just stay inside your hands. This is my midnight drive, hands on the wheel, heart wide open. Every road feels like you're right, saying more than we've spoken. If I don't stop, I might survive this love I can't outrun. Yeah, I'm chasing truth and memories on this midnight drive till dawn. Radio plays our old confession, every note cuts just enough. I turn it down but leave it on. Pain feels better when it's soft. Your shadow still in the passenger seat, quiet, beautiful and gone. I keep talking like you're listening, just to prove I'm moving on. I thought distance would save me, but it only showed me why. This is my midnight drive, headlights carving through the doubt. Every sign I pass tonight feels like something we left out. If loving you was ever right, then I won't apologize. I'm still holding on to moments on this midnight drive tonight. Maybe love was never meant to stay apart, maybe it was born to run. Some hearts need empty highway to remember who they are when it's done. This is my midnight drive, with the past in every mile. I don't know where I'll end up, but I'm breathing for a while. If I see the sunrise, I'll know I made it through. Still chasing what we almost were on this midnight drive. Streetlights blur like fading memories. Midnight hums a lonely tune. I'm walking past the places we once were, talking to the ghost of you. Your name still hangs inside the silence, like smoke that won't explain. Every step I take without you feels heavier than yesterday. I thought time would teach my heart to heal, but it only taught me truth. Some loves never leave you, they just change the way they move. You're the moon in the rain tonight, soft but out of reach, lighting up the dark. I'm standing and saying things we never speak. I can feel you, but I can't hold you. No matter how I try, you're still shining over everything. My moon in the rain tonight. Your jacket's still behind the door, like you might come back somehow. I tell myself I'm getting stronger, but I don't know how. Every song sounds like a question, every road looks the same. I keep driving through these nights alone, chasing echoes in the rain. If loving you was ever wrong, why does it still feel right? You're the moon in the rain tonight, breaking through my doubt. Every drop keeps falling on me, but I don't black out. I'd give anything to stand with you under that silver light, still reaching for what we used to be. My moon in the rain tonight. Maybe love was never meant to save us, maybe it was meant to stay long enough to change our hearts forever, then quietly walk away. You're the moon in the rain tonight, even when the sky's gone black. I keep finding pieces of myself in the places we gave back. If there's a chance you're thinking of me somewhere in the blue, just know I'm still looking up tonight through the rain at you.
found a box I never opened, tucked away behind the door. Corners bent and colors fading, faces I don't see anymore. Your smile frozen in the summer, me pretending I was brave. Every picture held a moment I didn't know I'd someday save. Time don't warn you when it's leaving, doesn't ask before it goes. Some goodbyes are never spoken, they just settle in your bones. These old photographs still talk to me in voices soft and low. They remind me who we used to be before we let it go. If I stare too long, I'm back inside the life we couldn't hold. Yeah, love still lives in black and white in these old photographs. There's one of us by the river, laughing like we had all day. I remember how the world felt lighter back before it changed its shape. Your handwriting on the backside, just a joke, a crooked heart. Funny how the smallest details are the hardest things to part. I thought memories would soften, but they sharpen with the years. These old photographs still pull me in every time I look back. Every smile hides a future we never got to have. If loving you was ever real, I don't need to ask. It's all still there between the lines in these old photographs. Maybe healing isn't closing doors, maybe it's learning how to stay. Letting yesterday remind you without stealing today. These old photographs don't hurt like before, they just tell the truth. They show me I was someone once, someone loved by you. If time ever asked me who I was before the aftermath, I'll point to all the proof I need. In these old photographs.
You left the porch light burning through the rain. Two hearts convinced the night would understand. Maps folded thin with promises we made. Your fingers tracing circles on my hand. Every mile felt lighter than the truth. Every laugh a reason to believe. We chased a dream that felt just close enough, too close to ever think about the leave. Time kept whispering what we couldn't hear. Love kept moving faster than our plans. I held your name like something I could save. You held tomorrow like it might not land. We were driving on roads to nowhere, but they shine like gold back then. Every wrong turn felt like destiny. Every doubt a passing wind. If I shut my eyes, I'm still beside you, with the radio turned down low. Yeah, we were lost, but we were something. On those roads to nowhere we chose. Morning came with boxes by the door. Coffee cold, your jacket on the chair. You said sometimes love just runs its course. I said nothing, still standing there. I learned the sound of silence after you. Learned how memories learn my name. Some nights I drive the long way home just to feel that old refrain. I kept moving, kept believing that some truths don't fade away. We were driving on roads to nowhere, with our past in the rear view glass. Every scar was worth a moment. Every second went too fast. I'd give anything to feel it. One more night, one more sign. Yeah, we were lost, but we were something. And that something still feels mine. Maybe love was never meant to stay. Maybe it was meant to leave a mark. If that's true, then let me keep the light. You were the fire in the dark. We were driving on roads to nowhere, but my heart still knows the way. Every dream still says your name. Every yesterday stays. If there's a place where time stands open, I'll meet you there somehow. 'Cause we were lost, but we were something. On those roads to nowhere now. Night came down like a closing door, rain tapping time on the glass. I counted losses like constellations, learning which ones last. Your letter slept in the glove compartment, creases worn by my doubt. Every word felt heavier than truth. Every silence spoke out loud. I thought the dark was all there was, thought hope had missed its sign. Then I saw the edge of morning, drawing thin silver lines. There are silver lines in the breaking, soft light after the fall. Every scar keeps a little mercy. Every wall learns how to crawl. If I'm still standing, still breathing, after all this time, it's because the dark can't hold forever.
not against these silver lines. I drove the long way past forgiveness, past the places we'd been. Every memory asked for patience, not an answer, not an end. Your voice still finds me in the quiet, not to hurt me, just remind that love can leave a mark on you without stealing what you find. I stopped asking why it happened, started asking what remains. There are silver lines in the breaking, thin as breath but strong. They pull you up from the wreckage, teach your heart to go on. If the past still calls my name, I don't turn back this time. I just walk into the daylight, following silver lines. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's learning how to stay, standing still inside the moment while the hurt moves on its way. There are silver lines in the breaking, clearer now when I look back. Every ending left a doorway, every shadow showed a crack. If tomorrow asks who I am now, I'll answer without disguise. I'm the man who made it through the dark, guided by silver lines.
We build our dreams with borrowed courage, hands cut raw on every plan. You said love was forged in pressure, I said I'd be that kind of man. City lights like constellations, hope stitched thin but standing tall. Every promise felt unbreakable right before the long night fall. The weight of words we never said, the fear of what we couldn't be. I held the line with clenched belief. You stared out past the sea. We were steel and sky together, hard enough to bend, not break. I was holding all the thunder, you were every risk I take. If the world came crashing down, I'd still stand where you were mine. Yeah, we were built to last forever, steel and sky. Time rolled in like changing weather, soft at first then cold and gray. You learned how to leave without shouting, I learned how to beg you stay. Every road grew unfamiliar, every truth too sharp to hold. Love can rust without a warning, even hearts you thought were gold. I tried to be what you needed while losing what I was.
If I reach back through the years, I still feel you by my side. Yeah, we were built to last forever. Steel and sky. Maybe strength is knowing when to let go. Maybe love's not meant to stay. If you ever doubt we were real, just remember what survived the pain. We were steel and sky together, scarred but reaching high. I was holding on to forever. You were learning how to fly. If there's truth in what we were, it still lives when I close my eyes. Yeah, we were more than just a moment. We were steel and sky.
The shortcut looked easy on the map. Straight lines, no questions asked. But every road I rushed through left something in the past. You said slow down, feel the moment, let the daylight find its place. Sometimes getting where you're going means you take the long way. I was chasing after answers, you were listening to the truth. I was running from the silence, you were teaching me to move. So let's take the long way home, where the air feels honest and clear. Every mile gives us a reason to stay right here. If love's not meant to be hurried, if it's meant to show the way, then I don't mind where we're going, long as we take the long way. We talk through midnight coffee, watch the sky learn how to fade. You said time's not something borrowed, it's something that you make. I learned how to hear you breathing, learn when to let things be. Some truths don't need directions, they just need the space to breathe. I don't need a perfect ending, just a road that feels the same. So let's take the long way home, past the places we once read. Every turn feels like a promise. I finally understand, if loving you takes patience and a little faith each day, then I don't care how far it is, I'll take the long way. Maybe love's not in the distance, maybe it's in how you stay, in the quiet between the moments you don't wish away. Yeah, let's take the long way home, with no finish line in sight. Every step feels more like living. Every wrong turn feels right. If tomorrow asks us who we are or why we chose to stay, we'll just smile and keep on moving, taking the long